Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wheeland. I am an author, a game designer, and professional nerd. And tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood actual play show. We are continuing on our quest to play Delta Green this evening. Delta Green is from our good friends at Arc Dream Publishing. And it is a modern conspiracy horror game where the players play members of the United States government that have come together in an unofficial conspiracy to fight the forces of the Cthulhu mythos. This is our second season playing this game. This is our second story within this season. So if you haven't already, please check out the previous episodes to get a feel for what we're going to be getting into tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce all of our players. What I want everybody to do is give me your name to tell us a little bit about your character and tell us what your most memorable moment from our last story was. We do this every time just because it helps everybody kind of remember what happened, and usually it's not just the players. It also helps me as a GM because the memorable stuff is often the stuff that I want to carry forward. So without further ado, let's go to our first mind player.
Hello, my name is Tony Cheek. I am playing Andrew Graves, aka Agent Tower. My favorite part from last episode was Tiding's attempt to stop what's her name from blowing her own brains out, and then all went
awry.
Tits up, some would say. Pear-shaped.
It did. These things often happen in Delta Green operations, but Tidings was
the unsub, but they were identified at that point. Were attempting to shoot themselves, and I attempted to quick draw and shoot their gun out of their hand.
And did not.
Did not.
Hashtag nailed it.
I did not hit her, Mark.
Nailed
I did
something.
not.
All right. So on that cheery note, thank you, Tony. Let's go to our next. Now that we're off to a good start, let's go to our next mind player.
Hello, I am Tawny P. Thompson, she, hers, and I am playing Dr. Ellis Mandel, also known as Teaspoon, a behavioral analyst with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. All of that to say that I was making extra time to think about what I wanted to say. I think discovering the stuff with the mirrors and like how we went about that was really interesting to me. Just like, okay, we need to cover all the mirrors. No, now the salt, which arguably, but yeah.
It is interesting to see the cell start to develop occult investigational skills beyond just, what is this thing? Okay, how do we set it on fire? Okay, that's fine. Let's go on to our next mind player.
Hi, I'm Ethan Eichstead Anderson, and I'm playing Philip J. Wilson, also known as Agent Tidings, and he is of the U.S. Coast Guard. And I think my most memorable part is probably going to be when Tawny started reading the spell or the board and then freaked out trying to clarify that she wasn't actually reading it out loud.
Oh yeah, because there was the weird creepy message on the board, and then she jumped in and was like, "This is just for the podcast."
I'm not actually. Ellis is not reading it for real.
Klaatu Barada. Oh no. All right, let's go to our next mind player.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Fishburne, she, her. I am playing Donna Rep, also known as Agent Tripp, who is a rapid deployment force paramedic from FEMA. I would say that my favorite part of last episode was meta. It was how angry Sarah got when I was sussing out that her character was doing something suspicious. For Tango being suspicious. I could feel the frustration and it just gave me joy. That's all I have to say about that.
Fuck all y'all. That's what I have to say about that.
My character's paranoid. I have to lean into the paranoia.
Yeah, why is it always me? Like,
just playing
you were being a little sus.
You were sus.
Oh, I had a plan that would have worked, so that's suspicious.
It's debatable.
Y'all are dicks.
All right,
That's a little sus.
I would have let it go if I wasn't paranoid, to be fair. So she does have a right to be frustrated.
Let's go to our final mind player.
Hi, my name is Sarah Babe, she, they, please. And I am playing Juniper Jackson Woods, otherwise known as Agent Tango, who is a historian for the Federal Archaeology Program, which is part of the National Park Service. Woo, yeah! And I think my favorite part was the conversation with Tidings, because it was hilarious.
They both were kind of doing this dance of like, I think maybe you saw something, but you didn't see anything I did, right? No, I didn't see anything you did. Did you anything I did? Right? Okay then. And then they left.
Right, because nothing was actually confirmed, nothing was
Mhm.
actually denied, and now Tawny and Jordan think I'm a betrayer, so now I'm just gonna play on that for the rest of this frigging game.
Was a little sus.
So, before we get into the game, I want to make a short corrective on my part. My pronouns are he, him. We're trying to do our best to encourage people to talk about their pronouns. So, if anyone else wants to jump in with their pronouns that didn't say them before, anybody? Did we get everybody?
I
I'm
also
also-
forgot.
I'm also
Okay.
he, him.
Same.
So
All right. So we're
I'm
all the
seeing a pattern.
all the cis white dudes failed.
Yep.
Shock news at 11, water is wet and the Pope cracks in the woods. So, but we make our mistakes, we try to fix them, and we move on. We begin tonight, as we often do, in the dark, dimly lit corridors of the United States Postal Service headquarters.
Or my office.
Yeah. It is, one of those government buildings, with, drop ceilings that looks like it was built in the 70s and has stayed there. And we fade in on a nondescript conference room buried somewhere in this maze of cubicles and hallways, and Ms. Green enters the room. And she smiles at each of you, and she says, "Good morning, agents. I hope you are all rested, bright-eyed, and bushy-tails for our next night at the opera." I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to bring in donuts for everybody. I will remember one of these times, but not today, unfortunately. Agent Tower, I'm glad to see you here as well. I believe this is your first operation under our particular umbrella.
Nice to meet you for the second time ever.
yes, nice to meet you all.
I'm sure that this is going to be a wonderful time of fast friendships, bountiful laughs, and hopefully not having to sanction anybody at this table. So, Mr. Dadler, if you would be so kind as to activate the briefing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your social media and personal security briefing. I am Ms. Dollard. I am both a social media ninja and a social media guru. I double majored at social media school for those. I like to kick these meetings off with a inspirational quote. So the quote that I have chosen is, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Now, the exotic location that we're going to be sending you today is Elren, Indiana. Now, as you can see there in the picture, we have a bit of a car accident. This happened about 3 days ago. A 2005 Honda Accord collided with a telephone pole at approximately 2:18 a.m. The driver left the scene, and there was some blood found inside the car and on the pavement. The Indiana State Police were called. They did investigate it briefly, but as there was no one at the scene, and this happened on the outskirts of, or on the highways of Indiana, investigating it is something of a low priority. And that's good for us because we want it to stay that way for the Indiana State Police. Our next slide, please. This is Roy Walenza. He was born in November of 1988. His occupation is listed as a photographer, and he has 2 known addresses. There's an apartment. He lives in an apartment in Bloomington, Indiana, and we also have the business address for the Starbright Studio photography business that he is the sole proprietor of. Now, who would like some evidence? All right, Trip, you volunteered first. And she takes a thumb drive and slides it across the table. The reason we're talking about Indiana and Mr. Walenza is the video that is on that thumb drive. Now, there's a reason why I'm not playing this video, or rather having Mr. Dadler play this video, and it is rather shocking. The video that was captured by a roadside camera shows Mr. Walenza hitting that telephone pole in a manner that makes it very difficult to believe he was able to get up and walk away. The reason why we are talking about Mr. Walenza and his late night car accident is because the video that is on that thumb drive very clearly shows that he should not have gotten up and walked away from the accident. Now, I will leave it to your discretion as to who will actually watch the video and see if you can find any additional information, but I will warn you that the video is very graphic and that there's a reason why I'm not just having Mr. Dadler show it on screen here. That's another reason why we don't want to involve the local authorities, because as far as I can tell, they have not seen it yet. So let's go to our next inspirational quote.
Excuse me, do we know who took the video?
It was from, we do not know who sent us the video because it was from a roadside traffic camera.
Oh, right. You said that. That's it. Okay.
That's all right. I don't listen to these either. Healing takes courage, and we all have courage, even if we have to dig a little to find it. Here are your objectives and obstacles. Next slide, please. We want you to proceed to Bloomington, Indiana. We want you to track down Roy Walenza. We want you to discover the truth behind this video. And we want you to neutralize all vectors as you discover them. We don't want anyone else involved in this operation, and we do not wish for you to alert or contact local police for information or assistance. As far as they are concerned, this is a traffic accident, nothing more, but we know that to not be the case. That also means that you should exercise caution as you investigate, because if you walk in there claiming to be members of the FBI, somebody might make a phone call, and that will the good news is that leaves you to your discretion as to what your particular cover story is. The bad news is you need to act with a lot of discretion, because we don't have a crime necessarily to attach you to as federal investigators. Are there any other questions?
I have just a couple. You mentioned the blood was found at the scene. Was the blood found there enough to assume that it was a very tragic accident, or did they consider it low level enough that the person probably survived?
Honestly, I can't comment on that. You'll have to talk to the person who watches the video. That I think will clear things up.
Okay.
Do we know anything about Roy's family? Like, does any of them live in the area?
The cursory run through that we did only pulled those pull those addresses. You didn't pull anything like family members or anything like that.
Do we know if Roy was the only occupant of the car?
According to the video, it looks like it.
And the car belonged to him. It wasn't,
Stolen? No. Look at you, already asking very important questions. I've been very impressed with how you all have evolved as investigators in your short time with us.
I hope that Colonel Mustard feels the same way.
All right. Unless if that's all of your questions, we have some plane tickets waiting for you to fly into Indianapolis in just a few moments, or in a few hours.
Alrighty.
Sounds good to me.
We cut to, the travel montage. Now, my question is, who is watching the video?
I'll do it.
So I was going to ask you guys,
Who has the highest tech?
or because I know so much in terms of forensics and that kind of stuff, if I might want to do that, how the human body works, all that fun stuff.
Well, here's a
So,
stupid question.
I mean, if somebody else wants to put another pair of eyes on it.
I wouldn't mind putting another pair of eyes on it. I just want to see it.
I am assuming it's going to be a
That
sanity roll,
also.
so we probably want to minimalize.
How dare you, Tony? What?
Just saying.
With Rob saying it was super graphic and that
Right.
we'd have to watch it ourselves and to pick
Exactly.
who watches it, that's what you
We
thought?
could also use it as hazing for Tower.
Oh, we could do
Rude.
that. Oh, Tower, first come,
Hey,
first served, bud.
Either this or buy us, lunch.
Howard's
wanna wa-
probably killed people himself. He's probably not too bothered by it.
That reminds me. I need to look up
Sandy rules.
adapting to violence for everybody, because that was the question that I think Jordan asked last time, because there are rules for. I've seen some stuff. Is there a point where I'm kind of like, meh? It's just it's stuff.
Or at least not like meh, but okay, I've seen this level of stuff
Mhm.
before. I should probably go to therapy, but it's not gonna knock me off my game.
That means I got to schedule a thing, and I got this yoga class, and I can't really do it.
I mean, sometimes after you've seen enough shit, it's just shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You mean that literally.
Yeah, I think Sarah actually means that literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's chill for Tango to watch it with me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
are you watching this in your hotel room then?
sure.
Probably.
Okay.
I need that mini bar real quick.
Oh,
right.
like we don't already travel with liquor.
I don't drink on the job because my soberness could depend on your guys' lives. I saved that
Right,
for home.
that's right. It's funny because whenever I would drink with my sister when she was a firefighter, she's like, "Okay, I'm having this drink. Nobody can start a fire now, okay?"
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to point out, so everyone doesn't think I just keep flasks like around the house. I brought this in from camping and set it there, so it's just still there.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Yeah. Tawny drinks heavily, everyone.
So
She does not, by the way.
She does. She does.
Rare occasions.
She puts it
Who
in
are
a
you
very
going to
heavy
believe,
glass.
Tony or the person who's always suspicious?
right, so let's talk about adapting before we do this one, because this is actually something that we probably should have addressed earlier.
Adapting to violence.
Well, you can adapt to two things. You can adapt to violence, and you can adapt to helplessness. What's the difference, Rob? Well, when you lose sanity to violence, that means that you're seeing things like you're seeing violence. So you're ambushed by gunfire, or you're reduced to 2 hit points or less, or you're suffer a permanent injury, or you kill in defense of yourself or another. The usual stuff that I would make you roll for sanity. For helpless, that's stuff like you get fired, or you nearly get a bond hurt or killed, or my personal favorite, you zero out a bond because you're like, oh, a long time ago we used to be friends, but you haven't talked to me lately. So what's supposed to happen for adaptation is every time that you lose a sanity point, or you lose sanity by 1 or more, you mark a box on your character sheet. There should be next to the thing. There's an adaptation to violence.
Oh yeah.
Incidents of sand loss without going insane.
So basically, if you hit 3 of those and you don't actually lose any sanity, you've adapted to that particular thing.
Nice.
And there's kind of a, well, that's good, but there's also that bad. Because when you adapt to that particular type of loss, you don't have to roll for it anymore, but you take a hit, like a permanent hit. In the case of adapting to helplessness, you immediately lose 1d6 power because what does it matter anymore? Like, why do I care about willpower? Because all this bad stuff is going to happen to me anyway. Adapting to violence is the meaner one, though, because you permanently lose 1d6 charisma, and you take a hit to all of your bonds at that same level.
Boy.
Because
so like your actual score goes down.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. So now, as I recall, so in the interest of fairness, we're going to be tracking this from here on out. Because I don't want to go back and be like, well, actually, the last game, and honestly, last season, I don't think anybody was ever really in danger of this. I feel like everybody kind of had at least one point where they blew a sanity roll and lost some stuff. Because basically, if you suffer insanity or you hit a breaking point before all those boxes are marked, you clear them. I'm sure our listeners and our viewers will be like, well, technically, blah, 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 blah. But again, this is one of those things that as a game master, you sometimes have to do is, oops, I forgot that rule. And as long as you talk it out and apply it fairly from a specific starting point, it's okay. Like, you're not going to get every rule right.
Hashtag learning.
Yeah, hashtag learning. So that seems to be the sub-theme of this episode. So from here on out, when we're dealing with violence or any of these roles, keep that in mind. Because there are basically 3 types of sanity rolls that you make in Delta Green. They are either violence, helplessness, or the unnatural.
You mark it when you succeed at a
Correct.
Roll.
Or without going insane.
No, anytime you lose sanity, 1 or more sanity, that's when you mark it. Okay. So even if it's I didn't suffer the big loss, I got the tiny loss, that still counts if it's a 1. But anyway, okay. So having said that, let's talk about the viewing party.
Let's roll some sanity.
The video camera is mounted on what looks to be the overhang of a BP gas station. After a few seconds, a Honda Accord barrels into frame and hits a telephone pole on the right side of the frame at about 50 miles an hour. A body goes through the windshield, tumbles over the hood and skids to a stop on the pavement.
Oh, on the pavement. Ow.
After a few tense moments, the body sits up. It pulls its hands in front of its face, and the left arm, basically the thumbs are both on this side of the body, except the arm part is oriented like this. So the hand has been twisted 180 degrees.
Definitely not good.
And as he sits there and looks at it, you see the hand crackling back around and the bulges in the arm squeezing back under the skin. And the person whom you all recognize as Roy pulls himself up onto the hood of the car and looks around. And for a few seconds, he just bangs on the hood, and even though there's no sound, you see his face twisted in a lung-bursting yell. And then he stops and makes his way off of the screen, and as he walks, you can see his leg on his left side, like the bottom foot of it slowly pop back into place.
I don't like it, Rob.
Did you prefer my earlier description? So, for those of you who are watching the video, give me a sanity check.
Cool.
91.
All right.
Ooh. Rough. At least it wasn't a 99.
That is a 49, which is under my 53.
Okay.
Damn, girl.
So, Tango's
broken an ankle before. She feels it.
You're going to take 3 sanity points from that one.
Yeah, that's legit.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, could have been better.
Now, for the viewing ladies, do any of you have one of the following 3 skills? Humant,
Yes.
forensics,
Yep.
or alertness?
Yes.
I
All right, so go.
human.
What is your humant at?
50.
Okay.
Mine's at 61.
Well, both of you roll it.
Okay.
Yay! 2.
Ah, nice.
25.
We're swinging.
So,
Yeah. We're kicking butt.
the feeling that you get from Roy's reaction after resetting himself is frustration. Give me what are your forensics at?
I have no forensics.
My forensics is at 61.
Okay. Jordan, you don't have to roll. You are, I mean, it's very clear that should have been a fatal car crash. Like, I know that sounds like,
Yeah.
well, duh, but like, you are like, there, like you can count like the 3 times he should have been dead. And
Yeah. That was a neck break. That was when his rib probably popped into his lung. And
Ooh.
that is very bad. Very, very
Thanks,
bad.
Jordan.
Not to mention the head
You're
trauma.
welcome. Yeah.
and both of you give me an alertness check.
Oh man, we're just like good and bad and good and bad. 94.
18.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
Sarah, go ahead and mark that as a fail.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're definitely doing that.
And Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you guys kind of cycled through the video a couple of times. I mean, you know, you're in it. You might as well be in it. And Roy sped up. Like he had an ample opportunity to get out of the way of the pole, and he turned into it.
I see.
Go ahead and give me another sanity check.
Oh, just her or me both?
Just her, because she's the one who realized that this is a
suicide attempt.
I figured it out.
68 for 53.
Oh, that's going to be a wee bit of sanity loss.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Just 3, so you're actually about on par with
Hey.
the tango there.
So, as far as adapting to violence, because I had sand loss and I didn't go insane.
Yours, the first one was unnatural, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
Because you were more looking at the sandy loss of, oh God, he got back up.
Okay.
And Jordan's was helplessness, because it's very helpless to watch somebody basically go, you know.
Yeah. Tango, it looks like this was on purpose. He ran into this pole on purpose.
He must have known that he had the power to heal and wanted to try how far it goes.
Or he's tired of being alive with this power that he has.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to be pessimistic about it.
I mean, if you're trying to figure out how far you're going to heal, you don't have to drive your car into a pole. You can try to cut off your arm or something like that. You don't have to try to destroy your entire body.
But what if your arm doesn't come back? Then you just look like silly. I shouldn't say look silly. You look silly because your arm didn't grow back. There's nothing wrong with not having an arm. I mean, that's perfectly fine. You just look at it and feel silly because it's your fault, because you thought it would grow back. It's fine to be disabled.
Yeah, I got that, Tango. I got that. Let's go tell everybody else.
All right, and then we convene in the smart guy hotel room who didn't watch the cursed video.
So what'd you see?
Oh, all very normal. It was fine. I'm not sure. I'm kidding, obviously.
Ms. Green just sent us on a vacation to Indiana.
Yeah.
Heard
Definitely unnatural.
Okay.
Car went into the pole.
We did see the picture.
Yeah. So car went into the pole. Roy went into the windshield and through the windshield and over the hood and into the pavement. And then he got up and walked away.
And there was true evidence that his body was healing itself after multiple fractures on the leg, on the arm. And it looked like, per the video, that he steered into the pole and sped up on purpose. So this looks like it was a suicide attempt.
Oh, did you get any insight on his state of mind?
He was not happy when he did not die after that.
Maybe he's possessed by something. And he's thinking if he dies, he'll get rid of the possession or whatever is in his body.
I'm also wondering if we should look and see if there is any other accidents that's happened recently without a body being found.
That's a good idea.
Because it might not have been his first time attempting.
If he can't die, it might also be worth looking into maybe where else he's been, because we don't know how old he is. He could actually very well be older than it says.
Can I run the possibility of other accidents through VICAP?
Or maybe hospital visits.
I don't think you'll need a hospital.
Well,
hospital visits would be harder because the only thing that's worse than taxes is HIPAA.
That's true.
So Go ahead and give me a research roll here.
Ooh.
Is that a thing? That's a thing, right?
I don't see it, no.
Am I thinking? I'm thinking of a different game.
I do have VICAP membership access, though, as one of my armor and gear
Okay.
kits.
There isn't anything like VICAP is probably not going to have like every traffic incident, especially, and even if they did, it would be, you know, a massive pile of them. But I'm assuming that, you know how to do other basic research and you don't find any other crashes.
Ye old Boolean search logic.
Right. You don't find any other crashes of this nature.
Okay.
Like
Tower,
within-
what was your suggestion?
I'll say a month.
My suggestion was simply looking into maybe if he's been seen anywhere and for how long, because it's quite possible that if he can't die, maybe he's actually older than his file states.
Why don't we just go talk to him?
We'd have to find him first.
Well, we've got 2 addresses for him. We can check them both.
Try.
We
This
can
may be meta, but I want to check out the music he was working on.
that too. Oh,
Music?
yes. Because he had a studio.
He's a photographer,
Yeah,
y'all.
he's a photographer.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
we knew
bad.
that.
Photography
Okay,
studio.
I was confused for a second. I was like, he's a photographer.
I wrote the
I was
damn
like,
thing.
was he
and
doing some album covers? Or
I wrote the damn thing and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's just tiny. It's like, oh, I didn't do the reading. I'm sorry. I fell asleep on the plane, and you get those peanuts in me, and I'm like,
I'm tired of
That's
these
it.
motherfucking peanuts on this motherfucking plate.
these damn narcolepsy peanuts.
I mean, in all fairness, if he's a photographer, he could have seen something that he shouldn't have. Or if we go to his studio, we can find out if he's been going to places that he shouldn't have in order to get photos.
I have a good idea
That
for a
could've gotten
cover
him.
story.
Sure.
We could pretend we're from Honda Quality Control. Maybe?
Hi, we're from Honda. They said this is really weird video. Are you okay?
Look,
Are
we've
you
been
happy
trying.
with the quality of your accident?
We've been trying for years to talk to you about your car warranty.
And now it's better. So case closed.
How do you think Delta Green gets all this black bag budget? It's all they get a cut of every extended warranty renewal.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, who are they going to call? They're going to try to call Honda corporate, and they're going to be like, "We're sorry, we don't have record." And we'll be like, "They're just so bad. We're sorry. They're bad at the records."
We're a new committee.
Yeah.
Like, because usually we don't come
No.
out.
Even better, you guys are subcontractors. Honda doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit. Like, as long
We're
as
PIs.
Yeah, we're
they
con-
hired us.
No, not even PIs, because PIs you can look up a license.
yeah,
That's true.
just
That's
no,
true.
they
Interns.
subcontracted the
We're
follow
Honda
up.
insurance agents.
There you go. There you go.
You can still
Okay.
look up insurance agency licensure.
People know that though.
Like, you know
But
that
people take
Right.
the time
And
to
I'm
do that.
kind of a normal person. I mean, I'd like to think in real
Well,
life, maybe. No, I'm
you
not.
realize you're saying this on a show where you're playing elf pretend for 3 years. Like,
Oh.
I think that's normal now, Rob.
she's also the one who multiple shows where she plays elf pretend.
I mean, okay, yeah. I mean,
I'm not
I
saying
would never. If someone was to
just
walk up to me and be like, "Honda sent me to look into this thing," I would not be like, "Can I see your credentials, sir?"
true. I mean,
Can I see your Honda? Well, I guess
Your Honda
maybe-
badge.
we just
I
go
want
to
your Honda badge on my desk in the morning, McLeod.
We just need
Well-
like a monogram shirt.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a Honda
I mean, this is
monogram
really a
shirt, like-
modification of the clipboard and hard hat rule. It's
Yeah.
just the,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we'll have a clipboard.
Let me tell you about the places I've
let's
just randomly walked
see.
into.
Is that a I think what kind of expenditure is clipping on?
Bureaucracy. Got it.
Office supply.
I was going to say, yeah, with your bureaucracy, you're like, what color?
How many gel pens would you like with your clipboard?
really what you need for whatever cover story you come up with is, whoever has the best persuade be the person who is the talking, i.e. not Tawny.
My persuade is acceptable in this game, y'all.
For the first time.
What's your persuade
Mine
at?
is not.
60.
I'm at 61.
I have 61 too. That's weird.
That's fair. Okay, fine. So let the ladies do the talking. You guys are clearly the Honda enforcers.
I have a 40, so yeah, you talk.
All right.
Okay, I think that works.
Okay. So, after I'm assuming you go at like a normal. Do you go at a normal time, or do you?
Oh yeah.
Since you're going in talking as opposed to like let's break in. Okay.
Talk first,
so
then break in.
You had to Starbright Studio. It is located in a commercial building in Bloomington, in a decent neighborhood. It's like an older building, so it's like on the second floor. You go up the stairs, you walk past a yoga studio and a couple of other offices, and it's probably like 9-10 in the morning. Like you probably go late enough that you're like, whatever normal business hours are.
Get some breakfast at the local diner, listen to the rumors.
Yeah. So, but the door is shut and the lights are out.
Is the door locked?
Break in.
Starbright is apparently closed today. The door is locked.
Should we try to be normal people and go to his residence first?
Or does anybody have lock picking?
I'm actually looking up what lockpicking would be under here.
Search.
Well, it's not under lockpicking.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Isn't there a criminology maybe?
No.
Isn't criminology like reading criminals and how they?
Yeah, that's more like
Criminal?
thinking like a criminal.
Well,
Usually
right.
there is.
Right, but lockpicking's thinking like a criminal.
There is a stealth option.
Yeah, there is
I don't know.
Demolitions.
Yeah, I was gonna say artillery would be
Blow
good.
up the door.
I think
How
stealth.
about writing?
I think stealth. No, it's not going to happen, Sarah. I think stealth is probably the kind of the B&E skill. So
Your girl got an 11, so no.
Your boy got a 71.
Ooh.
I have an 11. Yeah, tower.
So
Yeah.
tower, you don't even have I'm just like. I think I think it's one of those moments where everyone is like, well, maybe we should go back here. Do we get it? And you're just like, I've opened it. Can we go inside now?
Can we just have one mission where we
should
don't
just
break
climb in
into
a
something?
You just needed to jiggle the handle. That's all you needed to do.
as he puts his lockpick set back in his pocket.
Okay. Into the
Tower.
So this is
We're
kind
not
of a
going to run
busy-
into any laser lights, are we? Is there going to be like a acrobatic portion of this? Like
No,
have to
you don't.
flip-
You don't
Perhaps.
have to. You're not going to have to
Yeah, this
cartwheel
photographer
through.
has a great security system.
Yeah.
This isn't leverage.
Mostly,
Yeah.
I was just teasing Tower because he got us in here so easily.
Right.
I'm
It's
trying to
the,
make him feel
yoga
part
studio.
of the team, guys. Okay. Okay.
It's the
You're
yoga
trying to
studio
become
and
close
stuff.
to Tower because the last guy you got close to.
Busy. Like, do we need to worry about people walking in on us while we're in?
The studio.
Probably
Studio?
not. Like it's
Okay.
like 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, so it's not that crowded. So what is everybody doing once you get into the studio?
Well, what's the lay of the land?
So you go in, you're walking into a like a waiting area, and then there are two other rooms. One of them says main office, and then one of them there's a main office that goes off of this waiting room, and then there's a short hallway, and on either side are two doors. One is marked with a man/woman bathroom sign, and the other one is marked private.
Do I hear or smell anything strange?
Or do you have smell at a particularly high level?
Oh, I was thinking that was alertness.
What is your alertness level?
61.
All right, Daredevil. You you walk down that short hallway and you definitely smell photography chemicals coming from the room marked private.
Okay.
Dark room.
Dark room, probably.
Is there like a receptionist desk?
No.
Like, no. What about like a schedule book of some sort? Like any sort of.
Well, that would probably be inside the main office, which is unlocked. Tango, you have your hand up during the break-in?
Yes, I would like to check the tank of the toilet.
Hey.
What?
And
That's
it's-
where people keep drugs.
You forgot to
like in
flush.
that's you can hide guns and tons of stuff.
The
You
back
put in a plastic baggie
Yeah.
in the tank
I
of the
mean,
toilet.
I get that, but
I mean, go
You
for
don't
the
do that
obvious
to every
did it.
person's
first.
house you enter?
I did that
Keep
on
all
the
your
first
snacks in
season.
there. Ethan.
I've checked all of your toilets. I'm kidding. I didn't. What?
Well, maybe
I
should
may
leave a
do
note
it
in there
now
in
just to
case
be
you
a weirdo. But
Make sure to laminate it, you know?
Um,
just gonna leave a note in your toilet.
Yeah, now we will. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
The next homeowners are going to be really confused. Anyways.
Tango, you do find a small baggie.
Oh my god.
He's a photographer. I'm so surprised.
Okay.
I have really good pharmacy, by the way. Just
You
wanted to
also
throw that out
find
there.
3
Girl, I got some pharmacy, too.
shells next to the toilet.
Do you want to roll?
Okay.
Do you want to roll your pharmacy? What is your
100%.
pharmacy at? Actually, let me ask you.
20.
Yeah, you want to roll it.
Oh, 30. Okay.
Okay.
I think this might be white sand in a bag.
No. It's definitely in pill form,
Oh, okay.
but you don't know what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
No, you need the internet to identify stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a baggie
so-
of pills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
About like
small
half a dozen.
rocks.
I would like to go into the admin office and try to see if I can find like a schedule book or I don't know.
Okay.
I would like to go in private.
Hey team. I found some drugs.
Let me see.
That's surprised.
I'll check him. I'll check him over. I have a pharmacy of 61. Do I have to roll?
This is Oxy.
Yeah, okay. So this is drugs. This is
This is drugs.
this is some oxy right here.
Oxy?
What is everybody's occult rating?
41.
I ain't got none. Oh
Mine,
no, 10. 10.
10.
I
Ain't
got
got none.
I got 12.
41.
Ooh,
really,
hey,
Tango?
Yeah.
Tango. I forgot.
So you hand off the drugs and then Trip is like telling you about the Oxy and your eyes are drawn to a statue in the corner.
Ooh. Shiny.
It is of a woman
Okay.
on a throne with a lion, a cornucopia wearing a mural crown.
A what
You-
crown?
Like a kind of a pieced together crown.
Okay.
You recognize it as Cybele,
Okay.
a Phrygian goddess that was adopted by some Greek mystery cults. Like you know how Romans and kind of swiped huge swaths of Greek mythology and adapted it to their own.
Yeah.
The Greeks did that with Cybele, except it didn't really go over all that well.
Number 1, how do you spell Cybele?
Cybele.
I legitimately was just listening to something that was mentioning this the other day. Like out of game.
I thought Tanya started playing Kickstart My Heart. That's what I thought that was.
Yeah. So statue in the corner, I recognize as Sibylle.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Phrygian goddess. Does she have anything to do with the Korakos Yas?
Give me an unnatural roll.
Oh, well, that's not gonna be good. Oh, look, I got a 64, which is 63 points against my 1.
Not that you know.
Okay.
Can I dig into the admin suite and see if I can find any sort of
What are you looking for?
honestly, like an address book or like a schedule book, notepads, things where he might keep notes.
That might keep notes. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything papery.
Okay.
But he does have a desktop Mac computer that is password protected.
Can I also check like underneath the drawers, weird places that weird people hide things? Like when you tape something to the top of
I know.
the
No, what is your search?
42. Okay, not as bad as I thought.
He doesn't seem to have anything hidden in this particular area.
Can we try to is the computer password protected?
It is.
Yeah.
If you want to try and hack it, you can give me a computer science roll.
Okay, I mean I have a 40 in that, so let's LFG. I rolled an 11.
All right.
Hey.
Double plus
The password is password.
He's a photographer.
Password is Sibylle.
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 The word you're looking for is Sibylle.
Thank you.
Syllabus.
Yeah, actually, I think the password is Sibylle because that seems like it's obscure enough that
I'm assuming. Did you explain to us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got
And
like the
that's the
full
first thing I
history on who Sibylle is and blah blah blah. Because I have encyclopedic knowledge.
So what are you looking for in his records?
I mean, I think his schedule is important. If we can try to figure out what he was doing before the accident, what he was supposed to be doing after the accident, or if it's completely blank and there were things 2 weeks ago that now he doesn't have anything.
It's weird because it looks like he did have stuff scheduled in this interim, including like this week. Like he has, this wedding to shoot and this like commercial shoot and this things and from what you can tell, he's actually like making a living as a photographer. Like he's a commercial photographer.
Good for him.
So it's
Does he have anything weird on the schedule? Like, just a name or like something that seems out of place with
Cult meeting at 10:15.
Exactly.
Not on the schedule.
Okay.
But within his he has like a so he does have some digital copies of pictures, and most of them are sorted by like last name, date. Do you click through those?
Yes.
A lot of wedding photos.
I think I open each file and just give it a cursory glance. Like
a lot of wedding photos. It looks like he did. There are two interesting ones. One is kissing booth, where he apparently, and this one is full of a ton of photos, and a cursory glance shows that this was apparently at some kind of pride parade. And he took pictures of couples kissing, like, and they had like props and stuff, so it was like obviously like a thing that they would do. And then hidden in that folder way at the bottom, because there's like 200 of these things, is another folder marked dreams. You click on that one.
Yes, and the Cranberries song starts playing in my head.
You click on it,
Roll for sanity.
and that's when you hear from outside in the lobby a knock on the door. And everybody turns like, what? And that is where we will end our first of this story. We'll be back in just a little bit for the second part of our story entitled Fortunate Son. We'll see you then. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.